So I also check their feet, which is quite a big thing with Lily. I don't know if you've seen Lily's adoption story, but when she came to us, she was not very healthy at all, were you? She was very, very underweight. She'd had all her hair kind of hacked off. She was covered in human shampoo. She was riddled with lice and she had really, really sore feet. I believe that she was also going into stasis because she had no hay at all. She was being fed on basically just corn and she wasn't pooing at all really. And that to me is a sign that her system was slowing down and beginning to shut down. So that's what I think. But yeah, she had really sore feet because she was kept on a really, really thin layer of a really, really thin layer of sawdust and then basically just the plastic bottom of one of those pet store cages. And also she wasn't cleaned out, so her feet were a bit urine scalded, and she had kind of urine stains all up her bum and up her legs, and it was a bit gross. You were gross. So I do check the bottom of their feet. Hi. So you just want to have a look. Guinea pigs should have 4 toes on the front and 3 toes on the back. Some piggies are born with more, which doesn't cause a problem in itself, but it's usually an indication that they've not been bred very well. A lot of inbred piggies can have extra toes on their feet, but that's kind of irrelevant really. Their feet should be clean and the pads should be soft. Now some guinea pigs do get kind of poop shoes because they stand in their poop, so you might need to give them little foot baths, but their feet should be kept clean and the pads of their feet should be soft. There shouldn't be any sores or scabs or cuts. They shouldn't be swollen or crusty, and your piggies should be able to bear weight on them without limping. I'll see if I can insert a clip of Lily when she was little. She was limping quite badly. I don't know whether it was because she had sore feet, which she did, but I think she was also handled quite roughly because at one point I was worried that her leg might be broken, but I think it was just a sprain in the end. But yeah, they shouldn't be limping. Now the nails should be cut regularly to prevent them from becoming overgrown. If they become too... Lily, you're talking along too. If they become too overgrown, then, they can catch on things and tear or break, and they can just become uncomfortable. Eventually, it's got a bit bright, isn't it? So eventually their nails can actually become so overgrown that they curl under, and they can actually poke into the pads of their feet, which of course would be really, really uncomfortable for them to walk on. So I do need to make a video on nail cutting. It's something I've been meaning to do for absolutely ages, but I do try and cut my guinea pig's nails little and often just to keep them under control, because guinea pig's nails have a bloodline running through called the quick. And if you cut too much off, you can cut through this, which can be painful for them and it can cause them to bleed. So you want to just cut off before the quick starts. So I just try and cut off a little bit here and there just to keep them short, and so I don't try and cut too much off in one go. That was a mouthful. So yeah, the bloodline can be harder to see in black nails. It's easier with piggies with white feet like Lily here, because you can see the pink in her nail, which makes it much easier to see where you're cutting. Although she's got long hair which gets everywhere, so it can be a bit of a nightmare to find her nail. So sometimes shining a light up through can help with black nailed piggies, can help you see then. But as you cut their nails, the quick will reduce with the nail. So if you do have a piggy with really long nails, just cut a little bit off, maybe every week, just a tiny bit, and they'll eventually reduce.